Hello, everybody. Welcome to this week's podcast. Your host again with back here with another topic on the subject on which has to do with graphics cards. That's right, everybody, graphics cards. And I have to tell you though, this has not been on my radar this week. I was going to cover something on Linux related, but this needed to be covered. So that's what I'm going to be going over today, which I wanted to go over the presentation or the new thing that's been out for some time, for a couple hours now as I am recording this podcast. NVIDIA has announced DLSS 5, which, by the way, for those of you that are not technically aware what DLSS is, I will tell you is that pretty much it just enhances the graphics on the current games. And just to give you the definition real quick, DLSS stands for Deep Learning Super Sampling, and it is an AI-powered graphics technology developed by NVIDIA that enhances gaming performance, image quality, and it works by rendering games at a lower resolution for better frame rates than using artificial intelligence, specifically neural networks trained on high-resolution images to upscale the output to a high resolution, which that's what it really means. DLSS stands for. And this is something I've been hearing on the internet, and a lot of people seem not to like it at all. And for good reasons why. and I'll tell you right here, right now, what's been happening. And I can see the frustration of why so many people have disliked it and about DLSS 5. And I'll tell you one thing about this too. Now, if it was useful, let's just say, for example, DLSS 5 was a so-called useful tool. My thing with this too is, like, first of all, I'm just going to go and make it clear that, first of all, I think AI can be used in very good purposes. Now, for me right now, with the current things that AI has been going lately, it hasn't been doing well to improve our lives or found medical cures. None of this stuff right there too. Now, going back to the topic of DLSS 5, and what all that really is pretty much is almost like a Snapchat filter like use. And I'm not sure I like it, because I've seen so many people talking about this online, even online commentators on YouTube talking about this too. And I have to say though, this stuff I've seen, I would say about one or two things were really nice looking, but then you look at the character models, oh my god, it looks horrific. It's like, what have they done to the characters? And this is my opinion, and my opinion only. And they should have just left the characters the way it was intended by the art direction of the game studios alone. And I think the graphics from the original artists, looked fine the way it was. And if I really wanted to see like filters on video games, I could have just messed around and opened up Instagram or Snapchat and mess around from there too. But no, NVIDIA did the oh my god, horrendous thing to bring this out there. And I think this should be reversed, because DLSS 5 doesn't bring anything new to the table, except the fact that it's just there to modify your characters, make it look so different from the characters that you known and beloved. And like, for instance, a lot of people have talked about how they took away the look of Ashley Grace from Resident Evil 9 Requiem. And I'm sure many of you that have played the game will know what I'm talking about. And I'm going over of how they've done the side-by-side stuff. Now, if you look at the DLSS 5 on an environmental standpoint, like atmospheric, it looks really good on the background. But when you're doing DLSS 5 on characters. My thing is though, why? I just don't think it really is necessary. I mean, what does that do to improve the gameplay alone? Nothing. I really don't think it does anything at all, except just to put a filter on it, and then you're good to go, right? And it's basically just AI photorealism in the works. And that's why I'm looking over. I think it's just laughable. First of all, when they did the side-by-side screenshots, and this is where I'm looking, which one guy or one person said on Twitter, which I have to agree with this one. It says, actually, awful, actually, the more you look at it, the worse it gets. This is basically NVIDIA DLSS 5 applying its AI photorealism into existing games. This is taking the artistry out of the game. And that's like very true. For example, Resident Evil Requiem from Digital Foundry, which I heard people have disliked the video from Digital Foundry, and I don't know what positive stuff they said about this, and I'm not really sure, right? And again, I would have to go over what Digital Foundry have mentioned about DLSS 5, because if you look at what DLSS 5 is going for, it's like, what are you doing that is really new? And it's basically what I see with NVIDIA nowadays. They're toting in the line with other AI tech companies out there. And so they're not just a graphics card company. They're just following along and doing the same other nonsense, which quite tells you how much I don't like what they're doing with it. And it's really off-putting, because first of all, I want to see the art the way it was originally designed by the creators. And personally, I like Ashley Grace without the DLSS filter on her too. Because first of all, I'm looking at Ashley Grace as I'm speaking, and the filter does not look anything like Ashley Grace from the original artwork, what Capcom did to it. It's like, whoa, hold on. I don't know what I'm looking at here. First of all, when you go the side-by-side right on the game character, it just feels very off, right? Like, first of all, the one thing I've noticed is the lips. They enhanced the lips. They enhanced the facial and the wrinkles on there too. For me, when I go and play a game, I don't care about seeing photorealism into my video games, okay? Because what they did is, first of all, the original graphics, when they've released it in the first place, I thought the characters were fine when they were released at that point. It's like, come on now. I really don't think it does anything any better than for what it is too. Now, I will say, in regards with NVIDIA, not to bash them entirely, I do think that NVIDIA does other things that are better, like for example, like the RTX products that they've done in the past, and other things that they've done. Personally, I just don't like where they're going, and if this is the permanent direction that they're going to take on with DLSS 5 and basically adding AI in through graphics, I don't know what to tell you, because I don't think DLSS 5 is a major improvement how they tell about this, and it's not all that great. And for instance, I know a lot of people online have done side-by-side comparisons. Like, for instance, they took out Minecraft, like a pixelated version on the left, and super realism on the right, which I thought the memes and people that have gone through the several memes online is super funny. I'm not gonna lie, because man, I was laughing my butt off just because of how ridiculous this is too. Like, there's one slideshow I'm looking over. Like, for instance, people are really tearing NVIDIA apart because DLSS 5 is not for everybody. I have to agree, it's not. It looks terrible. If you look at it yourself on Twitter or online, even like it's not really good. I will tell you that too. Like maybe in like I've already said, like in if you look at the background, the atmosphere, maybe the it'll look good for the background and how it looks visually, but character wise, I don't want to see it right there too. I just want the characters to look like characters on a video game with pixels, sprites, 3D running around. That right, and that's what I want to do. Like, sure, people do love a super enhanced graphics. They don't want to stay behind on the last generation, which that's fine. But why bring this kind of filtration on your newer products, which I don't think nobody's going to use it or even touch on DLSS 5 because there's not really a huge enhancement with DLSS 5. Now, if you want to buy an expensive graphics card that you can do to basically have your characters look super realistic, sure, go ahead. And a lot of people have talked about of how bad it looks with Harry Potter or what's the game? Hogwarts Legacy. Hogwarts Legacy. Oh my god. They did it. They did these characters dirty. I really didn't like DLSS 5 that's being implied with the characters, which I think the characters without DLSS 5 actually looked fine the way it was. It's like, oh my god, what on earth? What they've done to the characters there. Like, first of all, Hogwarts Legacy characters just looked okay. I don't think there was nothing wrong with it at all. I just think that they've really did injustice to those characters. I just think it's so bad. Like and also the one giveaway take I think that should be also mentioned is Starfield. Like, Starfield is a game by Bethesda, it's the same company that did Elder Scrolls and what's the other one? Fallout, right? So those are the two games that they are known for. Now, I want to go ahead and mention a slideshow they did for the woman on with the orange jacket, and I will say that the game without DLSS 5, when you have it off, the character looks fine, and right on the one with DLSS 5 off, it's okay because it looks like a character and looks like someone I would interact with and play. Now, the one in the bottom that looks like hyper realistic Snapchat filters on it, that looks awful. Like, it just looks like a very aged out character, and I'm just like, wow, that is so ugly on that character. It's like horrible. How could you do this to this character? I really don't like it. I don't think they are doing such a good job, especially with NVIDIA saying that, oh well, this is how we're gonna do it. It is fine, but look, all this right there doesn't even look all that fine. I just don't care about having a realistic filters on my characters. I mean, if it's a game that, first of all, when it comes to video games, I want to know if the enhancements will be about improving the game's gameplay. And first of all, visuals are important for sure. There's a lot of people that loves to play next gen, hyper realistic games and make the games look better than previous generations. Which, first of all, I'm down with that. I'm okay with that. What I am not okay for one is, why do they have to put the everything AI onto every single every single piece of work. And that's where I don't care about as well. Because you got AI music, movies, which I don't know if that's ever going to happen, because there's a lot of people on Hollywood and people in the movie industry, just a lot of them hard down rejecting AI, and which I hope they do, because why would I ever want to see that? Very honestly, I think AI in movies would be horrible. And then now you got AI filters coming through video games, which is like, what? I don't understand. What is all that about? Because you think about a piece of work coming from the designers, the creators of this game and this art form, and you are just slopifying it and thinking, hey, this is great for next generation consoles and video games. Sorry, and I hate to tell you, but and burst anyone's bubble that are pro AI, this does not look good, and this is just the most horrific piece of crap I've seen in my life. And this is why I'm not looking forward where game or where most of these companies can say, hey, this is all right, we're just gonna add another layer on over your characters, and it's just, this doesn't look even that good. Like, for example, like Leon S. Kennedy, for like the one on the video game, like DLSS 5 is fine the way it was without it. Just saying right there too. But then you look at the other image with DLSS 5 on, of course, they've made him a much more much more scruffier on the beard, and then it's like the hair. Sure, the hair is a bit messed up. I don't know if I like that, because you go on the other side. I actually like his hair on the first one. The hair is okay, right? And the graphics seem to look okay. I don't even want to enhance my characters more than it should. I mean, what is that supposed to do with the overall game? Not much, really. It really doesn't serve a whole lot, but just cover and basically filterize it and then call it a day. I just don't like where all these companies are heading over. Now, if this is something that you are looking forward in spending over $1,000 on a graphics card, by all means, suit yourselves, because that's not the future I looked upon for NVIDIA. And NVIDIA is, I see that this is heading on the wrong direction. It doesn't even really look all that great. To be fair, though, NVIDIA has done couple things that they've done right in the past, and like especially people got hyped up with ray tracing. Ray tracing is good, and you know what? Props is what I would say is props is props. Then there's always the other side. I feel that they are heavily invested on things that they shouldn't be putting in, like AI, for example. I always felt that these companies that are pushing AI into hardware, like the graphics cards, for example, why are they doing this? And I'm sure who knows why they want to do this. Like, and I get it that NVIDIA is more than just gaming nowadays too. NVIDIA wants to expand, expand their category and see what they can do to use to improve, the AI systems, which I'm sure there's people that wants this stuff, and there's many people that really don't care for a DLSS 5 onto their system. But oh god, though, I'm looking at other screenshots like on on the Twitter. In this, actually, the memes are hilarious for this too. Like, I'll give you a reference example. Like, I want DLSS 5 for horrible casting on TV shows and movies too, which I think is funny because, I mean, hey, I say just leave things the way they are. They don't filterize everything. Just don't make games better. Like, there's one, I would say that there's a meme I'm looking over, like Mario Kart with cartoon or a cartoon style Mario Kart. Then on the right, it's like ridiculous looking. It's like, what? And you're asking yourself, what the hell is that about? It doesn't look right. I don't know. But it's, again, the memes are, like I say, very exaggerated. It's just supposed to be funny. But imagine the backlash that you want to appease to people about what AI can do, but a lot of people aren't buying into AI. I think that AI is just, like I say, it's very overhyped. But then at the same time, I feel for why people are going against or giving NVIDIA all this backlash, because it's like nobody really asked for this at all. I mean, I didn't either. And if that's where like the future of video games is supposed to be, I don't care for it. Sign me out. That's what I would say. And one of the other examples I've been seeing, there's someone that was messing with DLSS 5 on Assassin's Creed Shadows. Now, I would say an environment standpoint, if you have it on, and if you have the camera view further off, I'm sure that the environments and the landscape looks freaking gorgeous. And no question about it, it does look really gorgeous. Now, if you look and turn off DLSS 5 and without it, it looks fine on its own as well. I don't see the problem of turning it on and just leaving it alone. That's just my thing. My thing is, though, just leave things as it should be. It's just it's crazy because I personally don't care for enough on AI. Like, I'm sure some of you may say, oh, you're against AI? Yeah. Well, I would say for the most part I am. Like, if AI was useful, I would be on board with that. But again, why am I going to use AI for all bits and pieces onto our everyday technologies that we use? It clearly makes no sense at the end of the day, because I want things that works, and if I'm using it for work, I would care just enough to say, all right, I would use AI to be a lot more productive, right? But I just feel that the creativity, it's just being tossed around, and it just feels very disrespectful to the people that have created the games in the first place. It just doesn't look right. My personal opinion, and my personal opinion on this too. Because if I wanted to see my video games without filters, I can do that. And hopefully with DLSS 5, I hope this is just optional that they are putting out there too. This is just very optional. It's not supposed to be permanent at all. But I will pull it this way and lay to rest on this episode, because I don't want to go through this topic long enough. And also, I love to hear everyone's take on the DLSS 5. Will you use it? Will you use it for your games, or will you not be using the upcoming DLSS 5 on it? Because personally, I don't care. And I don't care to use it. I think it does look ugly, and this looks really disgusting, but that's just me. That's just my take overall. So anyways, leave your comments. I read every single of your comments. And if you want to hear more of the topics I talk about, please go ahead and like this video and subscribe to this video if you care more on what comes next on the Live Podcast. Again, this is Leon LeBray signing out. Everyone, have a good one. Goodbye for now.